Is this thing working? Hello? Hello, people? What is happening, everybody? How's everybody doing today? It is a wonderful, fabulous humping day. Um, Hope everybody's had a very good week thus far. Mine has been rather chitty-like. But good news is the week is almost over, and we are getting close to the weekend, which is my favorite time because Saturday I'm going to fly. I have to look at the weather and see how it's doing, but um, I have Saturday set to fly. Shadow Ops, what's happening? So I see everybody there. I gonna get started with this show here, but thanks to everybody for being here. Everybody to know that that is me. There's my website, Gooniac33.me. Just so everybody knows too, there are going to be some changes. Um, Wife and I are working on setting up a new website and some just changing things up because it's been the same for a couple years. So it's time to do something new. So we are going to be changing stuff up, getting new merchandise, just making things different. Our host is changing, so we're going to be doing some new stuff. But keep an eye out. Gooniac33.me is still going to be there, but it's going to be a different site. I'm going to change it up. So, but that's me. That's what I do. I do RC Afterburners, all the working on Gooniac stacks now. Hopefully, you guys got to see the premiere there of me flying the timber. Kind of laid back and stupid. Didn't really do anything dumb because I don't know what the plane can do. But after seeing Nate fly his like a complete idiot, I'm gonna fly mine like a complete idiot. And if it breaks, it breaks. Oh well. But Nate helped me out last week with a whole bunch of stuff, so I appreciate that. I wanted to give him a shout out for doing that. He helped me reprogram 5 of those AR637 TA receivers, and I got one working um, in one of my planes over the weekend. So that was cool. And my new Futura, I got that working out in there. But big shout out to Nate for helping me. But we're gonna be changing stuff up. So that's my website. Join the channel. I've got planes to give away, and I plan on giving them away. I'm not gonna say when, but I will. I have a couple planes that just need to go. A Tasman is one that needs to go. Since I got the timber, I don't need the Tasman anymore. And instead of selling it, why not just give it to people? So um, check out the description, join, subscribe, like all that stuff. Um, but I'm going to be only giving planes and stuff like that away to people who are members of my channel. So become a member of the channel if you want to be involved in some of those big giveaways, because that's what I'm gonna do, and I ain't gonna tell nobody when I do it either. Also, big shout out to my son because he recommended these headphones. I've been rocking those green ones from GB for a while, but they started wearing out because I use them a lot. These things, they gotta go. But I appreciate him helping me out with these. Bought them from his store, but my son hooked me up with these. He actually hooked me up with the mic too, which I will be slowly but surely using eventually. Um, but hopefully you guys can hear me okay with what I got right now. Um, but so join the channel, subscribe, like, look at all that. I've got a crap ton of content on here. If you guys have questions about planes and how things fly and what stuff does, you can put comments. You can do all that stuff and help you out. But what I need to do now is the usual shout out. So I see people were here talking early. So I appreciate everybody for being here so early. So let me go scroll up and see who was here first. Looks like Jack78 was here, and he is a member, so he's going to be entered in that. Whenever I decide to do a giveaway, which could be at any time, might even be next week. We'll see. I got to make room. So he's a member. Victor RC Jets is a member. What's up, Victor? Thank you for being here. Mr. Slapnuts RC. What's up with you, Mr. Spencer? How you doing? Big Chris, I got to get your plane mailed out to you. But Big Chris was the winner of the first giveaway that I did for our members, and Chris is a member. So thank you for being a member, Big Chris. Already said Jackson. Yeah, already said. And the Snow River RC is also a member. What's up, Snow River? How you doing? Lionel Randall is a member. What's up, Lionel? And yes, we'll be talking about that. I'll talk about a few planes here. I was going to do more than I think I can, um, but we'll see. Plan on doing some stuff on the show so you guys can see. Anybody saying that the Hobby King fan in that 50 millimeter F-16 sounds okay? Wait to hear what mine sounds like, because it didn't sound okay. Just so you know. So Lionel Randall is up, and we'll be talking about the T7 because that thing does look cool. Wild Bill, what is happening? Andy Cho, what's up? Hopefully, I get to fly with you this weekend if you're out on Saturday. Pete Lane, what is happening? Hopefully, I'll get to fly with you if you're out on Saturday. Lyndon Stewart, what is happening? Shadow Ops, I didn't. Hopefully, you're still here to hear me say what's up because I see you got to go. But what is happening? Snow River Apache. For one of the first places I saw an Apache was up there in the Pacific Northwest when I was at PDX. So that was cool to see. Make a very distinctive sound. Very cool helis. But who else here? The Fred Barron, what is happening? Thanks for doing all those live shows lately. We're giving us something to do on days that normally are just blank with nobody doing anything. But what is up, Fred Barron? The Fred Barron. When it's true, so what's up? Tim Justin's, what's happening? So yeah, so what is up with everybody this fine day? As you can see, or is it behind me here is the F-16 in the box. I'm supposed to put it together, but ran out of time. I'm actually going to go work on my car after the stream. But the Firey Booty is up there. I'm going to pull this thing apart, put the Firey Booty up in there so y'all can see me do it. But I'm not going to put it together today. It's going to be put together for the weekend, and I have the receivers already programmed. Again, shout out to Nate for helping me do that, because then I'll put one of those receivers in there and be good. But so as people as you funnel in, I will shout you out. So thank you all for coming and hanging out with me on this fine Wednesday. We had a really weird week, weather-wise. Monday and Tuesday. Monday it rained. Rained pretty good on Monday, but it's just been crazy muggy all week. Today it was not as muggy, but there were still some clouds in the morning, and then it cleared up, and I've been sweating like crazy because of all the extra humidity in the air. But it's been a funky week weather-wise. Thankfully, flying on Saturday was great. The weather was perfect. There was a little bit of a wind. I got to figure out a way to make that hat cam a little less. And yes, Shadow Ops is one of my members. So Shadow, oh, not Tyson. What's up, Tyson? Shadow, thank you very much for being a member. Thanks for supporting the channel. You always have. Much appreciated. You were one of the people that helped me get over that 1,000 subscriber mark, and I've still been plugging along. We're up to 1,520 subscribers now, so it'd be great if it would keep climbing. Once it gets to a certain point, then it just keeps going. So it's at that point now where it's going. And Randy Huffins is one of those people that helped me get over the hump. Shadow helped me get over the hump. GB helped me get over the hump. So a few people did, and I appreciate it. And thanks to y'all for doing that. And don't think I've forgotten, because I have not. So anyway, questions. Anybody got any questions? Asking all these questions. So we could stick to this for a while, but I wanted to talk about a couple of things Lyndon brought up, which was cool. This is something that I wasn't expecting, which was kind of cool. But it's, I think it's X-Fly that's doing it. But X-Fly has an 80 millimeter T7A coming, and it's cool because they have the little 64, which is actually really cool, really fast and fun, but too small for me. The 80 millimeter looks good because it's got gear, it's got retracts. I'm gonna rip out that X-Fly because I don't like the X-Fly fans no more, and I'll do something different. But there's that new 36 millimeter motor FMS fan is pretty badass. And then also, I don't know if you guys saw the video I posted, a couple videos I posted of my F-35 with the X-Fly housing and then FMS rotor and motor. That was a freaking perfect combo. Perfect combo in that plane, and I'm sure it would work really good in anything else. EQ, what's up? Tyson D. Strong, I think I said howdy, but I'll say howdy again. So yeah, so that was a good tease. The cool thing is, all these companies are coming up with cool stuff, and it's forcing everybody to up their game. So I appreciate it. I may not like every single company that's out there the way that they do things, but what I like is that everybody is putting something new out, with the exception of a couple that I won't mention. But um, seeing that there's new stuff on the horizon, that's really cool. But so yeah, it's been really cool to see all that stuff. I have to put a virtual background up. I didn't realize there was nothing on. Hope it doesn't mess anything up. Let me know if anything got strange. Um, but anyway, I got a fan right next to me, which is weird. But anyway, let me know if it slows down. But that's what I'm going to use for now. Um, but yeah, so the all these companies coming up with new stuff. It's really cool. So it's Fly Fans has done really good. I like their MiG 25. I actually plan on getting their Gripen just because I like the size of the 70 size better. Um, but yeah, it's just cool to see all these things because competition is always best for the consumer. So, anytime that there's all these different things on the market, just gonna help things out. So, let's see what else is going on. So yeah, and then that little SU-27 they came out with was cool. Um, Tyson D Strong, I'm not really gonna go into that too much because the only time it matters is if you're not at a. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this. It's making me slow. If you're not at a um, AMA field, if you are at a sanctioned field, you don't have to worry about it. But if you remote ID thing, as far as I know, all you have to do is something that I've never done, which is actually register. I won't register because they're going to change the rule anyway. Before so check out the AMA site. They're talking about it there. I haven't ever registered, and I don't plan to unless forced to, just because I only fly at sanctioned fields. So, Daryl Penson, what's up? Yeah, we were just talking about that. The Alpha. Oh, actually, we weren't talking about the Alpha. We are talking about the T7. So, yeah, that's a good one. So, what do you think of the Alpha? I actually kind of like it too. I like the fact that there's two different schemes that you haven't seen. The one that I had before was a 64 millimeter, and it had the French the French livery on it. So this one's going to be they have a French military one instead of the display team, which is going to be kind of cool, which I like. So yeah, I like that there's new stuff. I think it's cool. I do like the fact that the T7 is out. One of my customers got the new the gray Alpha Jet. He's already got it. He ordered it from someplace in China, so it is already here. And I kind of feel the same. Snow. I don't fly at my house, but I fly at a field. And if you fly at a field, you don't have to worry about it. So, but yeah. And Mike Bird, what is happening? Calling, chatting from all the way across the pond in the UK. What is up? I think I said hi to EQ, but I'm saying hi to EQ again. Randy Hubbins, I was talking about you earlier. So, how you doing, buddy? I was giving you a shout out for helping me get over 1,000 subs. But so yeah. But keep coming with the questions. So anyway, another plane I got flying over the weekend, which was a big surprise, was the FMS Futura. I've flown. Flew the first gen Futura. It was eh. It was good. It was fast, but it was the second generation I've flown too, and it was good, but it just didn't really do anything over the top. This new V3 Futura, it was only a few minor changes. The color really changed it for me. I like the color. Um, it's because it looks orange, but it's actually a red color. And they just did a good job on the scheme with the gray canopy. And then I flew it, I think, 6 times this weekend on Saturday, and every flight the thing was better. The first flight was awesome. Second flight was really good, and it just kept getting better and better and better. I did a demo flight for this family that showed up, and they just went bonkers over it. Um, but FMS did a really good job on that new fan and on that new plane because the Futura is amazing. And again, a shout out to Nate. He helped me hook up that receiver that I put in there. But AR637TA, he reprogrammed it, and then I was able to get it set up at the field. I took the reflex out of there and then put the AR637TA in there, and it worked out really good. And I've still been fine tuning it, adding a couple things because the Futura has this weird little wiggle that it does. So trying to get that out of there. But really cool plane. I mean, really fast. It's not F5 fast, but considering how small the plane is, that thing moves. I mean, and it's getting faster and faster because the motor's slowly working itself in. But man, I mean, talk about fast. Really fast plane. But if you get all your elevator throw and all that stuff set up, you can still fly slow too without worrying about stalling. But cool plane. So got that, and then I have a couple more to do. I ordered batteries for the new Miss America plane that I have, but I haven't put it together yet. I'm gonna take a break from props and get back to some jets because that's what I do. But gonna get so I have a couple 4S batteries. I might get some 5S as well, but I got 4S for now because the 5S I wanted were out. But 4S for the Miss America. Yeah, and Snow River, the remote ID thing, they'll try to make a few examples of people, but the FAA can't keep up with their own stuff that's going on. So I'm not worried about it. And there's nobody that's going to enforce it. The only people that will get stuck with enforcement are the guys doing stupid drone stuff because they always break the rules and make it bad for the regular people. So I'm not worried about it. And I don't plan on it unless I am actually forced to, which thankfully they won't. Enforcement side of it is just not there. They have no way to do it. So anyway, so so yeah, Airvex, what is happening? So yeah, Airvex, I was talking about that. The 3665 is incredible. Way better than I anticipated. I'd seen somebody fly it in a Hawk, I think about a year ago, when it just came out, and it was really good. Super quiet, but lots of power. And then I see it in the Futura over the weekend, and it's just incredible. Actually, I'd already flown it before in my Sirius because it made the Sirius fly incredible. So it's a good setup. Now, one that I think would work really well in the Futura is if you have an X-Fly housing, use that X-Fly housing, but then put in the FMS, um, the 2100 kV motor and the fan and the rotor. But that's what I've done with my F-35, and that worked really good. So I'm sure that would work great in the Futura too, if you could. So yeah, so Daryl Penson, thank you for coming. I started late, I know, but I had stuff I had to do. I actually still have stuff to do. I've got to go get my oil changed, and then I have to go pick up spark plugs for my car. So I'm not going to be on here forever today because I got to get there before they close at 9. So it's about 7:30, a little before 7:30 right now. What time? 7:23 is what it says here. So I'm just going to kind of go quickly through things. But yeah, so I flew the Futura, which was great. Really good. That impressed me. Never flown one before. Never flown the new one. I have flown the others before, but it's just yeah. So real happy. And the funny thing is, when you take the wings off, the wings are like little nubs. But super easy to put together. Flew really good, and looking forward to flying it again. And I only flew on regular packs, didn't fly anything crazy either. 6S 40C 5000 first, which is probably about a year old, but I haven't used it a whole lot. And then I flew it on 6S 50C 5200. The 5200 are pretty much new. They are new, not pretty much. They are new, and it flew really good with those. But any pack, it flew great. Um, so the thing is, and that's a good thing that you bring up, Randy, because you got to realize if you stop buying stuff, people are. You keep buying stuff at high prices, people are going to say, "Oh, well, the prices don't affect anything. We'll just keep going." But if you stop buying, they're going to notice. And I don't see that this remote ID thing is really going to do anything. I think it's eventually going to get thrown out again if AMA has anything to do with it because they don't think it's totally necessary anyway. But we shall see. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, and I'm a little tired too. I've been up since 5:15 this morning, so I'm a little tired. Been up over 12 hours on top of actually working today too. So, but yeah, the prices. If people stop buying, they're gonna realize, oh crap, we're pricing people out of this. So that's the thing that's bothering me about a lot of the companies nowadays, because they keep wanting to justify price increases, coming up with all these excuses and blah blah blah. Oh, this and that, and people keep going along with it. I mean, I understand that prices do have to go up, but they don't always have to go up. I always I'll support people that are willing to be realistic about it, but I mean, come on. Sometimes it just gets ridiculous with the price hikes that don't really need to be there, especially when I can order something from the new place, which is who is it? Turbines RC. And yeah, even with shipping in there, sometimes you can end up coming out less than what it is from one of the places locally. So hey, this is something pretty cool. Check that out. Airvex. He put a 10 channel in his F22, and yeah, he said a notice difference. Cool. Be careful with the F-35 because it will just get stupid. The F-16 will be good for sure. And yeah, it'll take the adverse shot out. That's good. But cool. Hope it works. F-35, and as I have my F-35 right now, I wish I had a way to video that plane because now I can actually make it fly like the real thing. I know there's people that will go crazy and make it hyper maneuverable, which is kind of stupid, but it's better to make it look realistic, and I have mine set up to look realistic. So pretty cool. So anyway, anything else going on with y'all? Yeah, that's pretty cool, Airvex. And like I said, I've got these AR-637s in mine. I'll probably get a couple of the 8 channels, the 8 or 9 channels. I mean, the 8 or 10 channels eventually. But as of now, the AR-637s have been pretty good. No issues there. Keep coming with the questions, guys, if you got any. You know, snow, that's really hasn't been all that much of an issue. They have geofencing for that stuff. It's been helping, but I don't know. People are always going to do something dumb. Always. Cool. So yeah, Airvex, it's having it on a spare channel is a good thing. Yeah, Randy, that's funny because she wasn't around for here at all yesterday and today. Daisy meaning the squirrel, if that's what you're talking about. Came and knocked on the door. Came and got her stuff. God. Oh man, sorry to hear it, Fred Barron. Glad you're okay though. Hopefully get past that pretty quick and get back to normal. Again, guys, check out the Fred Barron. He subscribe to his channel because he's been doing virtual fly-ins and chat sessions and other stuff when nobody's actually doing anything. He'll get on there and entertain. Check him out. But it's gonna take me a little bit to get my stuff set up. But I want to do two things. First thing I want to show is my the new 50mm F-16. I got an extra fan. So I was able to get it balanced, and I don't know if you guys actually saw that the last time, but the fan was not balanced. You could hear it buzzing like crazy. You know, it wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't the way it should be. So what I did was went through and I balanced it. I was just here a few minutes ago. Figured you guys have seen it enough. So maybe the next one, when I take the one out of the plane that's in the box, maybe I'll do that one so you guys can see. It wasn't that hard. Took 1.5 little pieces of tape, and then I had to just move that a few places, and next thing you know, it's buttress smooth. So I'll show you guys how much better that is, and then I will pull apart the fuse on the new F-16, and then all the Firey Booty on that. So I don't want to be on here too long because I got to go pick up my spark plugs, and I also got to get my oil changed in my car. And guess who's doing it? Me. So I want to do that because I'm already over. But so what I'm going to do now, since I don't see a whole lot of questions, I'm going to get my other camera set up and then show you guys the F-16 fan first, and then we'll get the other F-16 set up. So give me a second. I will be right back. Okay, so I am back. I've got the balance cam over there. Use my regular mic, so should be able to hear me okay. But wanted to show you the. I can't look at chat right now either, just so you know. I'll look at that in a minute. But I'm gonna get that to show you guys how much better that thing sounds with the balance having been done to it. You don't think that, most people don't pay much attention to it because they run it up and, the thing works. It's not sounding too terrible, but it does sound okay. So, look this thing up so you can hear it. So before, I had it to where you could hear it on the table. A little bit of a buzz. Sorry if you hear an echo, but my phone is on. I don't have my headphones here. Anyway, so this is the fan. Look how small this thing is. All right, so this is the fan. Mark. I don't know if you can see it, but there is balance mark. The funny thing is, I chose the right balance to begin with. The first line is actually where everything balanced, which is really funny. But but look how small this thing is. So tiny, itty bitty tiny. But there's the motor. It is a 4,000 kV 627. But here, check it out. It sounds way better. Way, way better. Does have a slightly noisy motor. But now you just hear air rushing, whereas before it was buzzing. So see, there's no difference between on the table and away. Much better. So it's going to sound really good in the plane. Way better than it did before. Before it was buzzy, but now it is buttery smooth. Outrunners do make some noise, so this one's making a little bit of noise, which is normal. It's low quality, so it's probably not balanced itself, but for the most part, this sounds incredible. So it's going to sound really good in the airframe. But that is that. So yeah, oh god, I gotta fix that too. I didn't realize I had an elbow that was cracked. Anyway, so that's going to be way better in the plane. Mucho mejor. So, balance your fans. If you get a fan, it is definitely worth a little bit of effort to put a balance into it. Even if it seems like it might be okay, you'll be impressed if you do make some changes and just do a little bit of balance. Sometimes it's as simple as just moving this thing to a different position on the blades. Sometimes that's all it takes, and it's buttery smooth and perfect. So, all right, so we will be back. I'm going to pause that. That's going to get removed for a minute. And we will leave it on this for a little bit while I get my other stuff set up. But those of you that haven't seen the balance stuff, we're going to do a balance again. Again, I want my show to be more about showing you how to do things and how to improve things over affiliate this, affiliate that, sell this, sell that. I don't want that to be the focus. I want it to be me trying to exchange some knowledge for y'all so that you can get better. And then eventually, learn something you can pass down to people. So that is the focus. So let's shoes I need to put on here so y'all don't see my crusty toes. And we will get the plane going. But I want to show you this F-16. Not going to be a huge wide shot, but I do want to show you the F-16 so that we can pull out the motor and then get the Firey Booty put on it. I don't know how the motor is. I haven't tried to see if it's balanced or anything, but we're going to do it. I'll have to get my gonna have to get my tablet too so I can read the chat. But so this thing set up is on a small table. You're not gonna be able to see a whole lot. Dirty floor. But no, there we go. Don't be able to see a whole lot. But we'll get the F-16 on this. I'll have the camera up in a second so we can see in there. So let's pull it back up. Pull it up a little bit. All right, let's see. So, sorry, it's not going to be the cleanest or whatever because got a little bit of a mess going on. But number one, let's get the Firey Booty up in there. And then we're going to pull apart the F-16 that's in the box. I get the fuse. Sorry for the shaking. I'm going to fuse. Put that under there, and then we're going to get that thing installed. So that's how I'm gonna do right now. I've got the box. You can't see it. It's off camera. But I've got the box out. Got it opened. Some of the stuff from the box. But I got the thing put away again after I did the unbox with you guys. But I put everything back because I had other things to do first. But I have it all here. Sorry for the noises. So set the wings aside. So see, here's the wings. I'm gonna set those aside. We're gonna pull out the fuse here for you guys to see, so I can get that other stuff in there. That's coming out now, and right there. It's gonna go right there. Let me see if I can up a little bit. There you go. Get this stuff out of the way. But we're going to pull that apart. Get to the fan. Install the Firey Bootage. And be done. So got minimal work to do that. I have to pull these 2mm screws out. So I'll need to get those set up. Gonna open up my radio box. Has my 2mm wrench in it. So let's get started. Sorry if I bumped the camera, but here we go. I think it's very simple. Only a few hex screws hold things together, and this is for the fan hatch. Hopefully, yeah, it came off with no issues. Okay, so I gotta get a fan on me. Jeez, it's hot up in here. But so we're gonna get that thing done. Working on it. So get this thing going. So I already got, that's Phillips, what the heck? So that's got Phillips screws. I thought they were gonna be hex. So thankfully I have a Phillips right here. So, oops, dropping stuff. So I'm gonna pull this thing out. That fan's not annoying. You know what? I'm gonna turn that off. This is kind of cool though. Check this out. This is actually a little personal fan and USB charger, but it's pretty good. Blows air out of that, but it's also a charger, power supply, whatever. So I'm gonna use that, but it's a little too noisy, so I'll use the actual fan. Face it at me. So let's get this done. Here, that's better. So I've got this one done. And I, with the Firey Booties, I have these things set up. My 3D printer, he has all the motors that I use. He had the proper sizes, so he will actually make them per motor. So the like the 29mm from Freewing, the 30mm from FMS, the 28mm, 32mm, all those are actually made to size for each motor. So you get to see how they work. And one of the things that I do whenever I put them together to sell, before I ship them out, I have a spare motor and I will size it to make sure it fits. And this is a 30mm, fits on there, or you do it through there, pull those through. I'm actually going to use this motor in my F-104 when it shows up. But look, so get that motor right, make sure it fits, and it does. So with minimal effort. So that's the way it's done. And on top of that, the way that it's made is it's actually aerodynamic. So having that round tip at the end actually makes the air smoother as it goes out. It's because having a flat motor at the end like this creates turbulence, and turbulence creates drag. So if you have this on there, it actually smooths things out. Regardless, you know, it's funny how people say that it doesn't matter what's there. You know, there are certain ones that have that are bulkier and that don't pay attention to detail in these areas. Having a smooth transition like that having everything tapered and sealed. This is actually glass. That makes things way, way better. So don't let people tell you that, oh no, it doesn't matter that much. There won't be any noticeable loss. Yes, there will. Mine won't be a loss. Mine is actually, for the most part, almost all of them, it increases. It makes things better because it's cleaning up the air. The other guys do not. So it's not debatable on this channel. So just so you know. But anyway, so let's get this thing out. Again, I can't look at the chat right now because I am busy with this stuff. But this is something that I like about FMS. It's a pain, but it's actually a good little attention to detail. They will put tape on the bullet connectors to make sure they don't come out. It's annoying if you have to pull it apart. It's actually really good of them because anything 6S, you have to look out for arcing and other stuff if they are a little bit further out or if they pull apart from something moving around. So I like that little extra attention to detail that they take. So let's finish that. So what I'd like to do is just cut them because they're kind of going all over. You know what? First thing, I mean, it's hard to do, but I'm going to pull them apart. See, that's not even going to work. That's good. So this one's coming out. It's fiberglass tape, so you got to be careful. There you go. There's one down. I'm going to use actual electrical tape on the next round. If you have the plane in kit form, it's easier to install the burner first before you put it together. So just remember that, because then you don't have tail, wing, vertical, all that stuff in the way. Most of the way. There we go. Off. Ooh, okay. So let me sit down a little bit. Kind of hard to do this standing. You guys can't see the difference, which is fine. Yeah, this is to be cut because I can't see where it goes. So I'll cut it this way. So this is hopefully going to go pretty quick because then I'm going to have to get going. And this is just the what they use to keep them from coming loose. Cool thing about FMS is that they get their ESCs to where they line up with the colors on the motor. So yellow to yellow, red to red, black to black. So you don't have to worry about whether or not you've connected or disconnected the same way. Just follow the normal colors and you're good. Cool, there we go. All right, motor is out. There we go. Oh, no wonder the camera's down low. All right, so there we go. So this is something people always ask about. What's this hole for? If you ever pull this whole thing apart, there is a that screw in there on the adapter. That's 4. This is the 3060 1900 kV setup with the new rotor and housing. I plan on using other rotor, which has a little bit more bite in it, and actually works a little bit better. That's what I'm going to use eventually. So I'll fly it with this first, see how it works, and then I'll change and see how it works with my setup. That's made my F-18. Oh, sheesh, 135 plus. Really fast for a 70 millimeter. So it only uses a little bit more amps than it does stock, but significantly faster. I cut my timer by about a minute just to be safe, but worked really good. So okay, so now we got that. Let's get the Firey Booty installed, glued in place. You can see, yeah, controller out. So the best way to do is to feed wire at a time. But you can get away with shoving them all in there at one time. And the way that I like to do this, get up, motor wires bent up, but see how I have the wires right there along with this wire? That's just to make sure that it's not going to cause any interference. Another thing that I do too, I don't know if you can see this, but see these tabs? I line up the tabs with the burner section, and then I can see if it's straight. Then you know it is. Now with the kit that I include some zip ties. It's a big zip tie for the motor, and then a couple small zip ties for the wires if you want them. But that big zip tie, you know, a lot of the ones that originally came out, especially with mine too, you put that zip tie on, and if you didn't feel like gluing it, just use the zip tie, and that was good. But the way that I do it is like this. I'll use thick CA. Put it in place. So, but the way that I do it, see how I left a little lip there when I put the glue. This is thick CA. When you do it that way, it wicks its way in. Yep, and it's so straight. Sorry if I bumped the mic. But down. So I'll do the other side. But the way that main reason why I use the thick CA is because it leaves a little lip. I'll show you once I get this dry cleared. I'll show you. These are those little attention to detail that the others don't bother with because they're too busy just throwing stuff together. But what I do actually has something a little practical to it. So if you look at this, notice how this part sticks out past the motor. Well, this part actually lines up with that. And if you put the little lip, instead of it having a hard transition, it's a smooth transition. So the air just goes up and over instead of hitting something and having to go around it, because that's what reduces thrust. You have to deal with edges and flat ends. So here, this motor with nothing. Having that cone up there like that instead of just having a flat actually helps quite a bit. So this will actually be a lot more aerodynamic than what this is, or having a big bulky flat spot right here. So instead of it being a flat spot, it actually tapers down. So that way the air goes over instead of getting to a flat spot and causing turbulence. Turbulence is cool because it makes a cool noise. But when you hear noise in an EDF setup, that means that you're causing some form of drag. So that's why I do it the way that I do. It does help. It does actually work really well, contrary to popular belief. So it does work. There actually is no reduction in thrust with mine. The other guys can't say that. They will. They'll say it's not noticeable. But when you say it's not noticeable, that doesn't mean it's not there. With mine, I can say it's not there. So anyway, enough of that. Let's just get this thing working. So, all right. So now I need to run the wire up to the front, which means I need to get a go get 'em wire. So you can use your go get 'em wire that you get with your freewing planes, which are handy. I use those things for clearing drains too, believe it or not. But what I use, I take it with me to the field. This is something that I pulled out of my wife's stuff. This is wreath wire. This is craft wire that you use for making wreaths and other stuff like that. I will take this wire, unravel it. Shit, don't do that. Eat it. And clip it to pull the wire through. It's like fish tape. But one thing to remember, always use a rounded end so you don't poke yourself or get hung up on stuff. So I usually start from the back, so I will pull that through and look in there. So there's a little spot. There's not a whole lot of room in there, but there's not a whole lot, see. So I'll make this go down and under, or actually around the side there. Start from the back and feed it through. Can't see it, it's off camera, but I'll start in the back there. Feed it. Don't forget, always round it off. Going through, so round it. So when you're going through, it doesn't grab or poke holes. It goes where you want it. There. Have my hand out in the front, waiting for that to come through the front there. It's pretty jammed up in there. Front, so always make sure to take a look. Make sure it's getting through pretty easy. Because you don't want to force too hard. There it is. I feel it coming through. I think. Where is it? You get hung up on something or you feel some kind of tension, don't keep forcing too hard because you know that it's for sure going to get stuck. I could go the other way. I might do that. That might actually be the better way to go. because it's pretty tight in there. So I'm actually going to go from the front. But I'll take the end that's rounded and I'll force it through the front here. Looks like it might be an easier way. I have to go past the wires. Yeah, see, much easier that way. So another thing you can do too is pull the ESC through just a little bit, which gives you a little bit more room. There it is. Through. Bottom. Make sure you don't get tangled in all your other wires. But I get some pliers to grab it. And this is going to go right there. See, oh, come on. There, okay, so that's through. Okay. That's there, so now I take this, the wire, and I put a little around the loop. But again, make sure to close that off and round off the edge. So, figure out where that thing is. Did I pull it all the way through? I might have. Oops. So we're going to shove that back through. Figure out where it is, because now it's caught up. What did I get it caught on? It's caught on something. All right, well, so much for all that. Around this edge, shove it back in there. So, normally it's not this difficult, but of course it's going to be that way that I'm trying to do it on film. So, push it through. There we go. Much easier. It's already out. Where'd it go? Wrong way. No wonder I'm not seeing it. It's coming out through the rudder channel. Alright, that's the wrong one. That's what's messing me up. Okay. That's going through. Always going to get kind of caught up towards the front because of all the wires. So just try to move the wires out of the way so you can grab the other end, start pulling. To pull this off to the side and look. Oh, that's why, because it's all backed up in there. Yeah, there's a really small channel here for that stuff to go through. So, you know, I'm probably just going to have to do that off camera because I'm going to have to get going here in a little bit. But, oh, wait. There we go. We got it going. Where's the wireage? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this off camera because I can't see. But so let's just get this thing in there so you guys can see. I'll finish all this stuff later. I have to be sure to get back to where I gotta go here. But let's shove this in there just so you can see what it looks like from the rear. So, not going to put everything all the way in because I obviously having difficulty getting through there. Deal with that later. But what I will do is show you what it looks like installed. And then I'll have some video for the weekend for when it's flying. But to get it installed, you have to get the wires connected first off. But this thing goes in and back. See, it's not too bad. See in place. That wire is not normally that way, but it goes like that. Make sure the wires are out of the way. Oh, there we go. That's it. And then it fits in like that. This wire is run up to the front. There's a little bit of room, just a little bit of extra wire. But I'll do an actual video of me getting this together, but I have to cut this short because I got to make sure to get to my auto parts store to get my stuff. But that's the gist of it. And we're going to get some good flights with this thing this weekend. So let me cancel this camera, and then we will get back to the other stuff. Okay, so I'm still here. So we're going to get the camera set back up. My ugly mug to be on the screen. But then we're going to have to get on out of here because I got to get my spark plugs and then get my oil changed in my car. So put my little clippy cam thing. Where the heck did he go? So I don't know what oh, there it is. It's on the table. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to have to do a couple videos of this plane because I'm going to make some changes to fan setup as I was talking about. I'm going to do the Gooniac creation using the 30 millimeter fan with the 30 millimeter motor with the old V1 fan. Old V1 rotor, because that actually worked out really good. Did my little F-18 crazy fast. So see how it works with the F-16. So anyway, let's get back. Oh man, it is warm in here. Got this thing going. All right, so there we go. So hope that wasn't too annoying, but got all that stuff. That plane's going to be set up and ready to go. What's up, Mike Bird? Thank you for being here. I know it's crazy early where you are, but EQ, yeah, your stuff's, I think it's pretty much ready to go out. But I have a whole bunch of stuff going out this week. I wasn't able to keep up on the chat, so sorry, guys. Too much going on. So yeah, so there's not a whole lot on, but Blitz RC, his stuff is getting together. EQs is going together and going out. So yeah, there's lots of stuff going on. But appreciate you guys being here as always and seeing me do something fiddly. But that F-16, 50 millimeter F-16, that one, I'm looking forward to that. I have some old 50 millimeter jets that I'm getting rid of. I'm actually going to get rid of them because they're just, there's no point in keeping them anymore. I'm going to get rid of those, and I'll use the receivers in those for the new one because I know they work. So Anyway, any other questions or anything before I get going? Because I have to go actually do some more work. Got to work on my car. I need to get those spark plugs done because I didn't realize they're supposed to be done sooner than they were. I noticed yesterday I stomped it to get on the freeway and my car kind of, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, wait a minute, that's classic spark plug issues. Um, so, and what do you know? I'm 25,000 miles over the recommended for spark plug change on my car because I listened to the dealer instead of actually looking at the manual. So, a naturally aspirated car is supposed to be changed every 65,000 miles. I have a turbo, and they didn't bother to think about that since not many people have a turbo of this type of car. So I have to get those changed because they're supposed to be changed at 40. I'm surprised they haven't given me any problems. I have noticed my gas mileage going down quite a bit, which would make sense. So, Anthony Lashi, what is up? And thanks for sending those videos that you did. I don't know what I'm selling, if anything. Yeah, and I don't know why they recommend 40 for my car. But for my other car, this is a turbo. They're iridium platinum plugs, so I know that those could go a little further. But I usually change them 30 to 35. And since this is a new motor, I figure that they're going to be right by saying go a little longer. I ain't going to trust these people no more. Forget that. I'm doing my own stuff. So from now on, they're going to be changed at 30 to 35, period. Because I want it to be good for the whole time. Because it's a turbo. I've got intake. I'm going to do some more stuff to it. The intake alone made a huge difference in performance. I'm sure that with spark plugs, it's going to get even better. But yeah, should have changed it at 30 to 35. But anyway, so yeah, that's it. Thanks for being here, guys. I don't know what the next show is going to be about, but most likely it's going to be about planes, about me putting together a plane, me doing something. But that's what I plan to do. So could even be giving something away, like a plane. So if you become a member, follow the link in the description, join. If you'd like a plane of any kind, because I've got brand new planes that I'm going to be offering up for sale, brand new in box. Become a member. You'll automatically be entered just by becoming a member. You have to be present to win that day. Actually, you know what? Maybe not even, but we'll see. It's probably most fair if you have to be there. So, and yeah, Anthony Lashi, I know this. I know to never go by the dealer. And I know this. But I paid for prepaid maintenance. I'm a mechanic myself, so I paid for prepaid maintenance, and I expect them to get that stuff right. And I know better. I know better. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to use my last four. I'm going to do everything on my own. So I've been doing everything on my own. The brakes myself. I'm going to do the plugs. I put an intake on my own. I'm going to do. I didn't do the tires because I didn't want to mess up my wheels. But normally I do tires myself. So all these modifications and upgrades I'm going to do on my own. I need to get it tuned. I know that it's a new motor, so they haven't done any tuning yet, but they will. So never, never, never go by what they recommend. So anyway, gonna get going. Thank you all for being here. I'll leave it going for like a couple minutes after I sign out, but so you guys can say stuff in the chat. But I'm gonna get going. Thank you all for being here, and see you next time.